Hey there everyone, and welcome to Anne's Reptile Colony, where today I decided to do a snake quiz, just to see how it goes. The quiz was just one I found on Google, just the first or second one on the list. It's from A to Z Animals, got the link in the description below, so feel free to pause if you want to do the quiz along with me, or you could also go do it yourself and let me know in the comments how you did. So without further ado, let's get to the quiz. How to pay close attention to the image and captions provided and help figure out the answer. That's what we'll do. Key points: black mamba, fastest acting venom, can kill within 20 minutes, Amazon biologically diverse region, largest snakes on earth are found there, cold-blooded animals can't withstand temperatures below. So it just looks like it's some general information of points, not necessarily, don't know if it's going to come in handy later in the quiz, but for now, that seems to be unhelpful, just extra information. Our first question seems to deal with snakes that kill without venom, so the constrictors, or the boas, or the pythons, corn snakes, house snakes, all those sorts of snakes, no venom, kill with constriction, either by causing the animals to suffocate or actually prevent their blood from flowing. So it stops this blood circulation. We've got someone holding what looks like a boa constrictor, and the question is, what type of snake is this? So we've got the answer already, lucky us, so we're going to go boa constrictor. Snakes that kill other snakes, it says snakes will also eat other snakes, one of them whose scientific name actually means snake eating. I know that this is actually the king cobra because its scientific name is Ophiophagus hanna, Ophio meaning snake and phagus meaning eating, and then hanna I think is just named after the person that discovered the snake or describe the snake. So the king cobra is Ophiophagus hanna and is the largest venomous snake in the world. This is not a picture of a king cobra. There's an arrow. Let's see. That's a picture of a young king cobra. So what type of snake is this? We're going to go with king cobra purely because that is Ophiophagus hanna, and the second picture seems to be that of the king cobra. Click. Looks like we're only going to get our answers at the end and not as we've selected them. So let's wait until the end to see what our mark out of 20 will be. Snakes that live in deserts. There, apparently it says there's lots of snakes that live in deserts and are well adapted for living there because they only eat once every few weeks, which I think is the case for most snakes, but they also have a great ability to conserve water. We've got a picture of a rattlesnake over here. Which snake is found in deserts is the question. Our options are rattlesnake, Indian cobra, Kirtland snake, Jamaican boa. So we already know it's a rattlesnake, so we'll just click right on rattlesnake. The big four. India is home to about 300 different snakes, of about 60 are venomous. Nevertheless, every year, about 58,000 people die in India from snake bites. The big four are the most dangerous found in India today. This picture looks like it's some sort of viper. Let's click the arrow. Endemic to the Indian subcontinent, and that is definitely a Russell's viper. So let's see what our question is. Which of these snakes are one of the big four? Not the black mamba. Black mambas are found here in South Africa. Not the Aruba rattlesnake. It's not the nose horn viper. We've already said the Russell's vipers, so click on Russell's viper. Not too bad so far as a quiz, not too difficult. Venomous snakes of the Americas, so of the United States of America, moving away from India for a bit, it looks like it. There's apparently approximately 30 species of venomous snakes in America according to this website, and includes rattlesnakes, coral snakes, cottonmouths, and copperheads. I have at least heard of all of those. And they are responsible for 5 deaths a year between all of them, which is much less than the 58,000 caused by the Russell's viper in India. It says Arizona is the state with the most venomous snakes. Did not know that. Which is the most venomous snake in the US? It looks like we've got a picture of a rattlesnake over here. Is a rattlesnake one of our answers? Yes, we've got the eastern diamondback. I know the copperhead and water moccasin do not have a very highly potent venom, so it wouldn't be those. and the king snake is a constrictor, so no venom is needed. So definitely the eastern diamondback rattlesnake. In the Amazon, it is the largest rainforest on Earth, which then also boasts some of the largest snakes on Earth. It's the most biologically diverse area in the world and has but is under great threat due to deforestation. Let's see, we've got a picture of a green anaconda. The question is, which is the largest snake in the Amazon? We've just seen now, based on this picture, it is the green anaconda. It is not the tree snake, taipan, or keelback. Fastest acting venom. Black mamba has the fastest acting venom of any snake apparently. They will usually inject about 280 milligrams of venom when they attack, and only 15 to 20 milligrams is needed to be fatal. And if untreated, the bite could potentially kill a person within 20 minutes. So that can happen. It is unlikely to be the case, but it is possible for someone to succumb within 20 minutes. But if you want to learn more about the black mamba, I have done a video on it. It should pop up on the top right of your screen because I'm a little box. I can't point at it this time. And also there's a video on snake bites, first aid, and how you can keep someone going until they receive medical attention. Where is it found? It is found right here in South Africa, which forms part of the sub-Saharan Africa. So the black mamba is found here in South Africa and on neighboring countries. Moving on to pet snakes over here. So it looks like it's got quite a wide variety of questions, which is quite good, a good diversity. And we're moving on to pet snakes. And it says, if you want to keep a pet snake, it is important to choose the snake that will fit your unique circumstances and capabilities, which is important because the best pet snake for you is not necessarily the best pet snake for your friend, depending what your budget is, how much space you have available, how much time you have available, and the effort you want to put in. If you want to handle the snake, all sorts of variables come into play here. But in general, they say for the average person, the best pet snake is usually a corn snake or a ball python. Any parents watching, if you do want to get your child a pet snake, a lot of the time it is just a phase for them to make sure that you are willing to then look after the snake, because that is what could potentially happen. Snakes are long-lived, so they can be a member of your family for more than 20 years. So it is a commitment. So please do not impulse buy any reptiles or snakes unless you're willing to put the effort in for the years to come. So it looks like we've got a picture of a corn snake here. So the best pet snake for a beginner, in this case, we're going to go with corn snake. Sea snakes, not my strong suit, so this will have to be a bit of an educated guess, most likely. They say they are the most aquatic air-breathing vertebrates, and they must surface regularly to breathe. Flattened bodies, short oar-like tails that are flattened out to allow them to have great swimming ability, and often confused with eels, which kind of makes sense. They're very similar looking, but once you've looked at an eel for long enough and one of the sea snakes, you'll see that there is quite a difference. But our options, and what is the question first of all? What is the name of this sea snake? Beaked sea snake, olive sea snake, spectacled sea snake, or Garmin's sea snake? I don't know because I don't know sea snakes well enough, but I want to rule out spectacled sea snake because I don't see any spectacles or speckles on the snake. So I will say that it's not that one. I have no idea what Garmin sea snake looks like. A beaked sea snake could have a bit of a beak. I don't know. We might have another picture. The other name for this snake is the golden sea snake. Alright. Maybe I don't know. Let's go with olive sea snake. Snakes in the cold. Snakes are ectothermic, which means they need an external heat source in order for their metabolisms to function and their bodies to work properly. All snakes in captivity need a under-tank heater with a heat pad, or a basking lamp, or both, depending on the type, because they need that heat to keep their bodies going. The question, which is the only snake that can live above the Arctic Circle, meaning that it is in an area which has great cold. It looks like some sort of adder. Got little pits there. So it's not a rat snake, it's not a water snake. I don't know what a cascabel is. Cascabel snake, I don't know how to say it either. Never heard of that one, or at least the term of that. So we're going to go with the common European adder. Snakes that give birth, they can either lay eggs, which is ovipary, give birth to live young, vivipary, or soft-shelled eggs develop inside the mother, and the snakelets are born live, which is ovovivipary. Did a video about that as well, if you would like to check that out. It is quite informative. Now, the question is, which snake give live birth? And I don't know which snake this is, to be honest, but it's not a rat snake or a corn snake, and it's not a king cobra, which means it has to be the northern water snake. So by process of elimination, it is the northern water snake. Most snakes move very fast, but they're not able to catch a human being running. True. The quickest snakes don't move more than 18 miles per hour. I'm not sure how true that one is, but you cannot avoid the strike. Question, which snake has the fastest strike? This looks like it's an adder again, given by the type of fangs. It might, no, not by the fangs. This looks a lot like there's a bit of an adder look to it. The other picture, oh yeah, that is a death adder. I know that the death adder, between the death adder and the puff adder, are usually known to be the fastest striking snakes in the world. I think most of the time they give it to the death adder of Australia. We've got the option, is it there? Yep, we've got an option of a death adder. So the black mamba is the fastest moving snake, not the fastest striking snake. The death adder would take that title, so we go with death adder. Moving on to vipers. They're found everywhere except Australia and some islands, according to this website. Long hinged fangs, and include some of the deadliest snakes. The question is, what is the deadliest viper? I think it is, this looks like a saw-scaled viper. They also rub their scales against each other, and it is a cause of many deaths every year. Let's see, saw-scaled viper, definitely. It's not a gaboon viper, not a puff adder, and not a green bush viper. This is 100% a saw-scaled viper. So far so good, not too tough. Snake fangs. This is a gaboon viper sitting over here. They've got different types of fangs. Again, did a series on snake fangs. I'll put a link to the playlist above. You can have a look at that too, should you like. Which snake has the longest fangs? That is definitely this snake here, the gaboon viper. Yes. How does a snake swallow? They actually have really flexible jaws. The bones are not as a single unit like ours. They are split at the bottom or down the middle of the bottom jaw and the top jaw with ligaments connecting them all, which allows them to be very flexible and open really wide, so they don't actually dislocate their jaw, which it says here. It says some snakes can eat prey the size of humans, which is true, are the size of humans, but there are extremely few cases of snakes actually eating humans. Which snake can swallow a human? King brown, African rock python, Burmese, and anaconda. King brown, definitely no. These other three are definitely capable, most likely, along with the reticulated python, as they the four kind of largest snakes in the world. But given that this picture is of a anaconda, we're going to go with anaconda because they said stick to the pictures to give you clues. Moving on to venom. The venom is not designed to kill people, and that's not its purpose. Its purpose is to immobilize their prey so they can eat the prey without getting hurt. How many snakes of the world are venomous? So how many snakes in the world are venomous? I know it's not a particularly high number, so I would 1 in 5 and 1 in 3 I'm ruling out. It's going to be either this 1 in 10 or 1 in 20. So there's 5 or 10% of snakes. 5 being 1 in 20, 1 in 10 being 10%. I'd say it's around about 10%. I think about 10% of the world's snakes are venomous, so we'll go with 1 in 10. We're going into the flying snakes of Southeast Asia. These are some of the tree snakes that I know. They don't actually fly, they glide, they flatten out their body, and can move in a serpentine-like motion, getting them to move from tree to tree. So they glide really well. Which of these can fly? Brown tree snake, yellow-bellied black snake, golden snake, tree snake, or Ashcock's bronzeback tree snake? I think this is the golden tree snake. This flying snake has a golden color. Oh my word, they're just giving it away there. Okay, so we're going to go with the golden tree snake, which was the one I was thinking about anyway, but that I think secured. So it kind of just gave that little bit of a push. Bit obvious though. Alright, prehistoric snakes were around in the the Paleocene epoch, 66 to 56 million years ago. But the snake was estimated to be 50 feet long, 3 feet wide, and 3 times as big as the giant anaconda we find. And as far as I know, it is known as Titanoboa. Is Titanoboa one of our options? Yes, it is. So we're going to go with Titanoboa. How do snakes smell? They pick up scent particles on their tongue, which they then press up against the Jacobson's organ in 2 little pouches, actually, which link to the Jacobson's organ, which the brain then translates as scent. So we're going to see what this question is. How do they smell? Or what is the question actually? What is the name of the organ that the snakes used to smell with? And that is exactly what we just said. That is the Jacobson's organ. Large snakes in the US. This looks like a eastern indigo snake. So it says also here, green anaconda is found in parts of Florida, but they are not native. So we're going to go with, which is the biggest native snake, I'm guessing. What is it? What is the longest native snake in the US? This looks like the eastern indigo. So is it here? Yes, it is the eastern indigo snake. And that looks like it is the end of the quiz. Click to see results. How did we do? 19 out of 20. That's pretty good. I thought I got 20 out of 20. So let's just scroll up and see where I went wrong here. Because I knew I guessed on 1 or 2, but it seems that I was fairly confident. Which snake is the fastest strike? This is definitely a death adder. There's no way that this isn't a death adder. So let's see what they say. Incorrect, click to reveal. The black mamba. No, the quiz has got it wrong there. I'm afraid the death adder is definitely a much quicker striking snake than the black mamba. And now, because of the scientist in me, I am now worried about some of these answers for the quiz. But all in all, not a bad snake quiz. Let me know in the comments below how you did. If you have any other suggestions of which quizzes you think I should do, let me know below as well. Thanks for clicking the like and subscribe button. Really appreciate it. It helps tremendously, more than you'll ever know. So thanks again, and remember, it's never too late to learn, and I'll catch you in the next one.